Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel and this is the Money Wishes by Rachel. Welcome to those who are new and welcome to those who are returning. I know this is early. So today I was originally meant to be at work, but due to some health reasons I had over the weekend, I am unable to be fit for work today, so I took the day off to rest my body and just basically rest. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to come on here and show you all what I've been doing. I am getting busy to creating my new line of products for my shop, which you'll be seeing a lot more in September because I've taken the whole of October off, so you'll be seeing a few more videos come out in October. Excuse me. So the other reason I wanted to come on here and show you my new range, along with which a few other things you haven't seen yet, is also because I wanted to just basically keep you all updated on what's been happening, like with my life essentially. As many of you already know, I lost my nana in like 3 days before Halloween of October last year. So the 1 year anniversary of that is coming up. So that's partly why I took October off, to deal with my emotions, and also because I'll be having a week in Tassie, so it usually takes me probably a good week or two after a holiday to sort of get back into a routine. But without further ado, we'll get into why we're here, the new product launch, which I am really excited for. I've spent the last probably a week and a bit designing, making new items, and that my new range is going to be an old style ice cream retro theme, with different, I'll show you. It's probably easier showing you rather than explaining, and this intro is quite long. So as a lot of you would have seen on my Instagram reels, these are my new wallet or purse binder category. So we have in the pastel-y tones on the background, and then a little frog, and then obviously like a retro theme. Sorry, I've got the lights on today because it's really gloomy here in Adelaide and it is literally like 8:30 in the morning. So I've got groceries, so obviously that's pretty self. These are all out of order, Rachel. Wow, I did a good number of these, didn't I? I used some of these yesterday, so they're all out of order. So we got groceries, dine out. I'm just going to see if I can turn that light down. There we go, that's a bit better. Dine out, transport, spending, sweet treats. So this is different to dine out. This is for if I want to grab a donut or an iced tea or a hot chocolate or coffee as such, although I don't drink coffee, so it'll be a cup of tea for me. So that's why I've done it as a sweet treat, because it's once a week or once a fortnight I tend to buy myself something sweet. I did have rollover, so my new categories will be going in on Thursday, and I've already done my rollover for the week, so because I won't be spending much money for the rest of the week. So yeah, and then buffer, which is obviously if I go over in any categories in my wallet, I can take that out. I put $10 aside in buffer. Sweet treats I do 15, spending I do 35. So this is just for me using cash. So I do have a limit on my card, which is a debit MasterCard, which is really different to a credit card as such, because with a debit MasterCard it's not as, you can get more leeway. So you spend what is on your card, you don't spend over, or you don't put it on credit as such. Transport gets 15. I did have to take $50 out from my buffer in my bank, because I thought I was going to have to catch a taxi last week, but I didn't need to, so I've just put that into my rollover money, which is why I was able to have a lot of rollover. Dine out, I give myself $40 a week or fortnight, so $20 a week, and groceries is $80 for the fortnight. So this is for like milk, anything I've forgotten on my normal food shop, or if I need to do a quick run to get a dinner plan. So that is my wallet categories all done. So we're going to go into my home and variable expenses. So dashboard is from my bestie Grace. So then we have electricity. So this is a design for the variable and home expenses. I thought that was pretty cool, a little funky. So we got electricity, gas. So some of these are a little bit tight because I didn't realise my hole puncher wasn't set correctly. So they're a little bit tight on the hole. So if you see me struggle, that's why. Water, phone bill. So I am looking at getting a new phone in September when they release the iPhone 17. So I'm excited about that. And I am planning ahead for that as well. So that's got nothing in it at the moment. Subscriptions, I am going to try and move all my subscriptions to an annual subscription so I don't have to pay monthly, because sometimes it's really hard to keep money in the bank when you know you've got bigger bills coming out, and then it's like, oh, you got this due and you don't have enough money in the account. So yeah, so subscriptions, emergency fund. I'm bringing this back because I want to try and put like $10 away a fortnight into emergency fund. So I consider myself a middle income earner who's on a disability pension. I tend to put between $700 and $850 away a fortnight, depending on the fortnight. And once I move out of the current place I'm living in and back into my parents', I won't be stuffing $800 or transferring $800 a fortnight to the current landlords. So I was actually having this conversation with Grace the other day, or a couple of weeks ago now, I think, and she was asking me, do we get like fortnightly rent or do we pay monthly? And I said to her, here in Australia it can vary. A lot of landlords want us to pay weekly, which can be quite expensive. But if you were able to go to your landlord or the real estate company that they go through and say, look, because they want to pay a certain amount weekly, would it be okay if we did a monthly or a fortnightly thing? Then that way they get a large sum at once. And it's up to the landlord or the agent as to whether they want to accept that sort of deal. I have heard that is possible, and I have heard it can be done. You just gotta put in a case to the agent and that landlord, and if they're really happy for you to do monthly, then you can save for rent monthly. So that's essentially what's been said to me. And then obviously buffer, and this is for if I don't have enough in any one of those categories, it has its own buffer. So next up, we're going into my favourite binder, the Mint Green binder. So again, dashboard from Grace, and then I just got a little affirmation card from Grace and from Blake, and then I've got Matthew Perry friends bookmark from Lily, and then these dashboards are from C Shoe Designs, but again I think she's changed her name. Not 100% sure what it is. I think it's like Vult or something like that, something with a V. And then the paperclip came from Grace in my order, not previously, one before. So these are what my new savings envelopes look like. I thought these were pretty cool. So we got annual challenges. So this is going to be like your monthlies or any annual challenges like the ones that Caroline makes. So at the moment I've just got Life's the Beach. I'm currently working on my annual challenges. I'm also doing a set where I'm doing the set that I'm currently doing at the moment. I am making each icon $10, and depending on the month you save either $120 a month or you save $90 a month. It's all dependent on how many icons I can fit on the actual tracker. I'm also going to be doing a set where you can choose your own denominations for that month. So it will be a low income set as well as choose your own denominations, and possibly a high denomination set. So for me, I consider anything from $30 onwards are high denominations, especially for someone who is on a middle income and someone on a very low income. But for those who are on a higher income, they probably would think that's low for them. But again, you can do whatever you want with the tracker. You can double it, you can triple it. It's completely your thing. And then I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 envelopes for savings challenges. So I'll show you a couple of the savings challenges that I have in here that I have made. One of them is this one here, which I thought was really cute. It saves $250 once it's completed. So again, sticking with a cute Kawi theme, and sort of like a retro theme style. And then I love this one. This one's my favourite. So again, I've got a couple of icons on here that are $30. The rest are, and then I've got like so I've got $2.30 and $2.25. That's all you have on here. The rest are 5, 10s, 15s, and 20s. So again, this one saves you $250. And this one is my dumplings bring all the boys to the yacht. So I thought they'll play on words there. And then I've got a couple of spare envelopes which I'm going to put Angela's challenges in. So Angela's from Esmo Budget. So my bestie Grace, she was kind enough to buy some challenges from Angela for me, and she's going to send them when she's completed my envelope order. So I'm really excited for that. And then I have this little cute thank you card, which was originally a thank you card. I actually got this from Blake when I did my order through him, and I thought, well, it's A6 size, and I thought, you know what, to separate a couple of things, I'm going to turn this into a dashboard. So yeah, so I've turned that into Blake's thank you card into a dashboard. And the reason why I've separated it is because I've got these beauties here. So I've got 3 shops in here at the moment, and I will be adding more. So the first one is Savings with Grace, and then I've just got her nickname at the bottom. I know she spells it differently, but this is how we tend to spell it here in Australia, which is Gigi. Then I have Boss Girl Budgets, Lily, as another envelope. So Grace has got some rollover money in there. So this is essentially to save to get my envelopes that she's making me. Yeah, so Lily, and then obviously Esmo Budgets, which is Angela. So that's for one day if she does decide to sell to Australia. I will be first in line to be buying from her shop because I absolutely love her challenges. They are so freaking adorable and also so funny as well. And her advertising for them is absolutely hilarious. If you haven't already checked her out, please go do so on Instagram and YouTube. I'll try and remember to link the description down below. The next one we have is the annual holiday binder, so the cream or the tan, whatever you want to call it. Again, so all the dashboards you see here that are 3D printed are from my bestie Grace. So Grace and I, we literally have been talking non-stop because we both have similar medical issues with our hearts and with our backs. And I just recently started talking with Callista over at Cloudy Money over on Instagram. She just messaged me the other day, and because we were talking about our aversion to pork. I love bacon and I love ham, but I absolutely cannot stand pork chops or roast pork. I know a lot of you are going to come at me in the comments. I don't care. And you all think that I'm weird, but seriously, I don't give a flying frick. And I said, we were having a really good chat about it, and she was saying the same thing about me and how she's like that, and she can't stand the smell of those stuff either. And then we were talking about some other stuff as well, and then we got onto some medical stuff. I can't remember. I think we were talking about the weather because she's in Minnesota, and so it's really humid for them at the moment. So they don't get hot apparently. They just get humid or cold, really cold. And I was telling her, yeah, it's 11 degrees here in Adelaide at the moment, and it is freaking freezing. And she's like, girl, it was quite funny. It was a fun conversation, I need to message her back because she messaged me overnight, and because of the time difference, it's kind of hard when you have a couple of friends in America with the time difference. So these are the annual holiday binder. So we got Mother's Day. And some... Yeah, I don't like these rings. Alright, so these are my little trackers also that I made. I might actually take this out and show you. So, you know what? This light's pissed me off. Sorry guys, there we go, that's better. Might just zoom you out a bit more as well, that's better. So these are the trackers that I have made. So keeping with a retro theme, and again it's sort of like an ice cream looking style. Each icon is worth $10. There's 23 icons, and it saves you $230. So I've made every tracker like that, except for my really big ones where I need to save more, and I'll show you in a minute what they are. So Father's Day, Christmas, which I have just almost fully funded. I'm at $500. I just need $100 more. So there's not really a point into marking off the tracker when it's only $230. And that is Christmas done for the second time this year. So I was thankful enough to be able to complete this challenge from Flo and Ellie with rollover money. So that was a lot of fun. So thank you, Flo. I really loved it, and I'm looking forward to working on it again. Birthdays and gifts is another one. And then obviously buffer, same sort of deal as the other two, as the other binder. Right. So we are moving on to my personal binder. I love this colour, it's so pretty. So these are from Blake over at Walletwell, along with the black teardrop paper clip as well. And then again from Grace. And these are my personals. I'm thinking about getting rid of luxury purely because I've changed a few of the categories. I still got a crap ton of categories in here. But this one, a little bit on the fence on at the moment, but I'm gonna probably keep it until the end of the year and then decide what I want to do with it. So luxury to me is like if you want to buy a handbag or makeup products that are really expensive, perfume, things like that. As a tomboy, I don't wear makeup. I don't really wear perfume that much. I don't really like I have a really adverse sensory thing to perfume, that I can smell perfume when people wear it, but if it's a really subtle perfume, I actually really like it. My cousin's girlfriend or partner was wearing this really beautiful perfume when I last saw her, and I forgot the name of the perfume, so next time I see her, I'll have to ask her what perfume it is that she wears, because it's so pretty, and it's not so strong, but it's not so subtle either. It's sort of like just that right, I guess, smell where it's not like making your eyes water or anything like that, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, so that's what luxury to me is. Then we have travel, which is, I got some exciting news. So my mum and I, we went to Flight Centre. For those of you who aren't in Australia, Flight Centre is a travel agency that books holidays, essentially. So we went to Flight Centre First we went to REA, and oh my gosh, I tell you, the REA at Tea Plaza sucks. Really sucks. I love REA. They're really good when it comes to other stuff. But when you go in on person, they suck. So we went there first, and we wanted to book a holiday. And they're like, oh, just give us there was like literally no one in the store. And they're like, oh, just give us a couple of minutes and someone will be with you in a minute. So my mum and I and my dad, we all sat down and waited a few minutes. And then someone came over and said, oh, sorry, we're fully booked. We can't fit you in right now. Can you come back in an hour? And mum was like, no, we're not doing that. We're not waiting an hour just for that. So we left. And I literally said to mum, there was no one in the store. Why couldn't they have seen us? I mean, I get if they were online bookings, but still, like there was literally no one in the store. And we were just sitting there waiting for someone to see us. All we wanted to know was a quote for Japan. And, like, yeah, I don't know. But so we left REA and we weren't happy. So we're like, Dad's like, well, what about if we go down to that travel agency, that the other one that's there? And I said, oh, you mean the one by Coles? So we went around to where that is, and it was a flight centre. And we asked to see someone, and we waited like 5 minutes. And we actually got to talk to someone. So, yay. Her name was Holly, and she was absolutely lovely. So she talked us through all of it. So, get this. So, I don't know if a lot of you know Norwegian Cruise Line. So, we had a look at them because Princess Cruises is another cruise line that we used for New Zealand. And that's who we want to use for Japan. And so we did that. And she looked through it all, like, got everything down. This was without flights and without the excursions and accommodation. So, just for the cruise alone, for Norwegian Cruise Line, we just about fell off of our chairs when we got told what the price was. So, with a $11,000 bonus fee that got taken off per person, that fee, just for the cruise alone, came to a whopping $25,000. Yeah, I know, right? We just about died when we got told that. So we were humming and hawing about it, and I said to Mum, like, we don't have to go during the cherry blossom season, even though it's a dream of mine to do so. I was more than happy to go in a different part of the year because it's Japan for me, so regardless if I see the cherry blossoms or not. So we're like, let's think on it for a week and we'll decide then. So then my mum started talking to my sister, and my sister was like, well, I can help you book everything. Like, that's not an issue, saves you having to go through a travel agent. So my sister is going to help us book everything. Because ideally we want to get there at least 2 or 3 days prior to the cruise, so we know where it is and we know what we're doing and everything. So we're going to do that, and gives us at least a day to sort of look around and do some sightseeing in Tokyo before we go on the cruise. So there's a couple of art shops with my name on it that I am going to, and when I get back, let's just say I will be coming home with at least 4 snow globes. So excited. So travel is going to be a really big top priority for me over the next year and a half. So I'm going to be saving at least, I'll show you the tracker I have made, which is this beautiful flower one here. I thought appropriate, pink with cherry blossoms. So each icon is 200 and there's 100 icons, which should save me 20k. So this is how much I want to try and save for travel. So yay. So the next one is personal care. So this, I got rid of beauty, hair care, skin care, all of that, and just kept it as one, which is personal care. So that's what I'm essentially using this for. So anything to do with the body, if I need deodorant, shampoo, conditioner, things like that, I will use that for that. Wardrobe, I changed this from clothing to wardrobe because this will include like undergarments, socks, leggings, tops, shoes, things like that. Tattoos, so this is going to be a priority once I've saved up enough that I can cut back on essentially Japan, or this will be doing like rollover money. So we'll see what I decide. Treat yourself. So this is sort of like I got rid of my hobby envelope purely because I've got enough hobbies here to last me a lifetime. I don't need any new hobbies at the moment. So this would be like a once in a lifetime treat myself to something of that hobby, that one of those hobbies that I do. So at the moment I'm back on to diamond painting and I'm really enjoying it. I've almost finished one and then I'll be kitting up my next one, which is really exciting. Extra savings. So I've decided that this envelope is going to be for my savings challenges. So again, the tracker saves 230. So once that tracker is complete, so because I'm going to be concentrating on Japan a lot throughout the next year or so, I'm going to be putting extra money into extra savings. So I'm going to be doing probably between $20 and $30 a fortnight. And then once this reaches 230, we're going to essentially do a reallocation video into my savings binder. And with my savings binder, if you didn't catch my previous cash stuffing video, or the video before that, I have decided that every 2 months, I will be taking all the money out from that binder except for the shop envelopes, and then I will be reallocating that and starting new challenges. I have made an annual challenge, which is this one here, which I need to cut out. So this is my yearly one where you can make each icon what you want. So you can do like $5 and or 10 or 15, whatever thing you want. So, which brings me to this. Moving forward, anyone who purchases anything will receive a packet of freebies. So you'll get a care instructions card, a thank you card, which I spent most of the last 2 or 3 days making myself. I still need to print them out and cut and laminate or cut and do what I need to do. Also, I will be adding prop notes in. So I've made all my prop notes, and I will be adding in physical items for savings challenges. So I'm really excited about that. So this is why I'm taking October off to do a lot of this as well. because otherwise I don't have enough time in the day to do this because I've got other stuff I need to do. So this cute little owl clip art I found on Etsy. She is going to be representing, she's getting heavy and fat, sorry not. She is going to be representing Nora. So Nora is going to be making an appearance from now on the channel. So she's really excited and she's really happy to meet everyone. So I've decided that every time when I get Nora to $150 in coins, I'm going to take that money out, take it back to the bank and get that in notes of tens and fives, essentially. And then I am going to be doing a game day with that. So that game day will then do this. So this is from Lily. She gifted this to me as a trial run. I don't think many people have this. I think Lily will be able to tell you a bit better. So essentially, I'm purely doing sinking funds. I'm not going to do savings. So sinking funds, I'll wipe this out and then I'll redo it. But essentially, you grab a dice. So this is from Grace, this dice tower. You roll. So that's 6. So you go on to here. You find 6, and it's, for now, it's hobbies, but it will be something different. And then you put however much you want into that envelope. So to make it more interesting, what you can do, once you get that 6, you can roll another dice. And so it goes to number 3. And you go, okay, so I'm going to put 3 notes in when it's 10, 5, whatever. And then so on and so forth. Which I think, who does it that way? I saw someone do it that way the other day, and I thought that is really fun, so that's what I'm going to start doing. So, yeah, so that's that. Sorry, this is a really long video, by the way. It's almost 40 minutes. I'll try and do this quick, the rest of this quick. So technology is pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to start saving for a phone once I get to a point, either a phone or a new gaming laptop. I want to, probably gaming laptop for me, anyways. But yeah, so technology is pretty self-explanatory. Furniture, so if I want to get a new desk or a new chair, anything furniture-wise, essentially, I can take money out of that. Health and wellness is when I have sick days like today, I'll take out the money that I have in here and pop that into my bank to cover the day's pay for that. Vision and dental, pretty self-explanatory. And then I've just got a buffer for this binder as well. So my last binder, or my second to last binder, is this purple binder. So this is going to be my house binder. So I'm really excited. I decided on what type of house I'm going to be saving for. I am doing a teeny home. Teeny home is perfect for a one person. Because in that way you don't have a yard or anything like that. So I need to speak to someone at the bank to see how much it would be for a deposit for a teeny home. But I have been looking and I've been doing my research, and I have found that the teeny home would be better for me in the long run, just due to the fact that I am one person and I don't have any pets, and it would be more beneficial for me. So, again, dashboard from Grace. So we have deposit. So at the moment, I'm thinking a $25,000 deposit, which will be, I think that would be about 10% of a $100,000 deposit that I would need for a teeny home. Furniture, renovation and fixes, and buffer. So those are those categories in there. So that's really exciting. So my last binder, which is this grey one, this is my 1K Savings Challenge binder from Blake over at Wallet Well. So this is a game one. So I explained it in my last video of how to play with these cards. And then each card saves you $200. And once you get that $200, that will equal to 1K. And then once you complete each card, you take one of these cards, you scratch it off, then you match the symbol to this one, and each symbol has a letter, and then you decode what that letter is. So when you do buy this off of Blake, these are matte and laminate, which I completely forgot and used a Sharpie on it last night. My bad. So don't do what I did. With matte laminate, you can actually use pencil and an eraser, and it will erase off. Not well, but it will erase off. Which, fun fact, a lot of the Korean cash stuffers that I follow on Instagram, they use coloured pencil on their matte laminate envelopes, and then they erase it off, and then it's brand new. So, for future reference. But yeah, so that is the setup for the second part of the year until I get my envelopes from Grace, and then I will be doing a massive unboxing of that, hopefully. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your Monday and I hope you have a good day at work if you are working today. Again, I was meant to have this video done by yesterday, but unfortunately due to some health reasons I couldn't. And yeah, so thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your week and stay tuned for Thursday's cash stuffing video, and I look forward to seeing you then. Thank you. Bye.